Rings. This is one piece of equipment that will change the way you look at working out forever, because I have been using them for the last 5 years and my results have been very eye-opening. So much so that I decided to make this video to share with y'all 3 main lessons that I learned while using them and why I think everybody needs to give them a try. But before I get into that, I do need to warn y'all that the very first time you attempt to use rings, don't be surprised if you get humbled. Because look, I don't care if you're a guy that can bench over 315 for reps. When you use rings, you are gonna feel muscles that you never even knew existed. And this happens because of their unstable nature. They force you to work stabilizer muscles that we don't usually use in everyday life. But ironically, even though this is true, this also taught me my first lesson, and that is rings are actually very easy to start. So let's just take the ring dip for example. This is a basic movement that ironically is very hard to master. But instead of getting intimidated, you could still use the rings to make it a lot easier to do. Because all you need to do is lower them closest to the ground, put your feet on the ground, and then do a variation called the baby dip. This makes this movement so much easier and allows you to build the base foundational muscles to be able to do the full ring dip. And you can use this same exact principle with pull-ups as well and do a variation called baby pull-ups. Muchacho, rings are not only great for your upper body, they're actually very exceptional for your legs too. Because when it comes to bodyweight training, a lot of people do have a goal of being able to do a pistol squat. But sadly, it is also extremely challenging to do. But when you have a pair of rings, you can make it so much easier because you can take the balance out the equation and really focus on nailing down your technique, grinding out those leg muscles, and build the strength to later progress to the full pistol squat. So it doesn't matter whether you're a beginner or an advanced trainee, you can always get started with rings pronto. And once you do nail down the basics, you're probably going to learn the second thing that I learned, and that rings are great for feeling free. So I don't know about y'all, but even though I do like the gym, sometimes it just feels so cold. Also, going to the same place over and over again can get very boring. But with rings, you can really spice it up because you can use them and train anywhere. For example, you can use them under a basketball hoop, under trees, and with enough creativity, you can train with them almost anywhere that has a stable ledge. For me personally, this makes it a lot easier for me to stick to my workout because just by changing the scenery, I can get more motivated to actually do the work and get the gains coming. And this also led me to learn the third thing about rings, and that is the fact that they are so versatile. So nobody here can deny that going to the gym can definitely help you get in shape. But the problem with a lot of the equipment is that they make you move in very stiff ways. But when you have rings, because you can move very freely throughout space, you can really work your muscles in very unique ways. Let's just take for example, once you've mastered the basic pull-up. If you want to make it a lot more challenging, you can make the rings uneven and do a movement called uneven pull-ups. Another example is, let's just say you're doing a regular ring push-up. Now this movement is already pretty dope because it gets you a very good range of motion in your shoulders and also gets you a really gnarly pump in your chest. But you can also spice it up by doing another variation called the archer push-up. Now this one is so cool to me because one arm is bent pushing and one arm is straight flying. I mean, what other piece of equipment can you do this with? So when it comes to your compound movements, to me, rings are freaking clutch. But what they're even better at is getting them guns for the Huns, yo. Because guys, we all know that summer is right around the corner and a lot of us want to train our arms, and rings are perfect for this because you can do some curls for the girls and also tries for the guys. Without a doubt, rings are one of the most challenging and unique pieces of equipment I've ever used in my entire life. And that's why I've made tons of videos on the topic. But muchacho, if you're also looking for a simple routine to get in shape with rings, check out one of my programs using the link in the description box below. And since the beginning of the year, I'm going to be running a sale with 40% off all programs. But the sale is not going to last forever, and it's going to end in the next 3 days. So muchachos, in the comment section below, if you use rings, let me know what are your 3 favorite things about them. And while you're typing, don't forget to always strive to improve, even if it's just a little bit, each and every single day. Kaizen, I'm gonna see y'all in the next video. Peace.